Welcome to Inner Code, a sacred space where thought becomes form and your inner world codes your external reality. Here, we go beyond motivation. We dive into transformation. Today, we're unlocking the secrets of quantum creation, how your brain, your body, and your energy field are either keeping you in the past or launching you into the future you've only dreamed of. This isn't just about rewiring the mind. It's about becoming someone new. Not tomorrow, not someday, but now. So, if you're ready to step beyond the limits of who you've been, subscribe to join our growing community of conscious creators. And as you journey through today's transmission, share this message with someone who's ready to remember who they really are. Now, take a breath and let's begin. There is a moment in every human life where the veil between possibility and reality becomes thin. A moment where a person stops living as the echo of their past and begins to operate as the architect of their future. That moment begins now. Not when circumstances change, not when the world validates your worth, but the second you choose to become someone else, someone aligned with the future they say they desire. The truth is, we don't experience the world as it is. We experience the world as we are. Your thoughts are not innocent. They are blueprints. They are commands. And your body, the temple, the vessel, is the printing press of your subconscious mind. Every thought you think triggers a chemical cascade, and every emotion repeated enough becomes a state of being. Most people live their entire lives recycling the same thoughts, feeling the same emotions, firing the same neural patterns day after day, and yet they wonder why nothing changes. They say, I want more, but neurologically, biologically, energetically, they are still the same. They are thinking about a new life while feeling the emotions of an old one. They are visualizing abundance while feeling like a victim. They are affirming health while living in the fear of disease. And in this misalignment, the quantum field reads one thing: confusion. But what if you could tune your body to your future instead of your past? What if you stopped waiting for something outside of you to change how you feel inside, and instead became the signal that attracts the life you were born to live? You are not a prisoner of circumstance. You are the programmer of your own reality. You are not your history. You are the energy that chooses. And when you learn how to harmonize your thoughts with elevated emotion, gratitude, joy, love, inspiration, you no longer wait for your new life to arrive. You become it. The body cannot tell the difference between an experience that's real and one vividly imagined. This is not philosophy. This is neuroscience. When you begin to emotionally embrace your future before it's visible to your senses, you are chemically conditioning your body to believe it's already happened. That's when the magic begins. That's when you enter the quantum realm of miracles. That's when you become a vibrational match to the future version of you that's already real, waiting in the invisible. But to get there, you must first let go of the identity that is tied to your suffering. You see, your identity is not your name. It's not your memories. It's not the pain you've endured or the labels you've accepted. Your identity is the way you think, the way you act, the way you feel, and the meaning you've unconsciously attached to all of it. That identity is not who you are. It's who you've practiced being. And anything you've practiced, you can unlearn. You were not born unworthy. You were not born anxious. You were not born afraid. Those are programs, learned responses, neural grooves carved by repetition and survival. But just as they were installed, they can be uninstalled. You can upgrade the software. You can rewrite the code. But change is not comfortable. Transformation is not casual. It requires a level of awareness most people avoid. It demands that you sit with your own mind, not as a victim of it, but as its master. Because if you don't take command of your inner world, the outer world will always dictate who you are. You wake up, you check your phone, you remember who you were yesterday. The same thoughts trigger the same feelings drive the same actions create the same outcomes, and the cycle continues. You are thinking and feeling in the exact same patterns that keep you tied to the known, to the predictable, to the familiar. But nothing extraordinary ever came from the familiar. The quantum field responds not to what we want, it responds to who we are being. If you want a new outcome, you must become a new person. And to become that person, you must rehearse the future more vividly than you remember the past. You must fire and wire new patterns into your brain. You must teach your body emotionally what your mind knows intellectually. And then you must embody it. You must become the thought. You must become the emotion. You must become the vision. This is not fake it till you make it. This is embody it until it manifests. This is quantum identity work. This is the end of waiting, the end of hoping. This is the beginning of knowing. So who would you be if you were no longer chained to your history? Who would you be if you remembered, truly remembered, that your thoughts are electric and your emotions are magnetic? That every time you think a new thought, you're firing new neural patterns. That every time you feel a new feeling, you're bathing your cells in a different chemical environment. You are not stuck. You are not broken. You are simply rehearsing the past. And you can stop right here, right now. You can close your eyes and step into the future. You can feel it before it comes. You can bless it before it arrives. And when you feel it enough, it must come. The universe has no choice but to deliver a reality that matches your dominant vibration. You are not here to react. You are here to create. You are not a reflection of your environment. You are a transmitter, a living, breathing beacon of consciousness. And what you broadcast into the quantum field comes back to you tenfold. So what will you broadcast today? Gratitude before the blessing? Joy before the outcome? Love before the partner? Abundance before the bank statement? This is how you collapse time. This is how you cheat the timeline. This is how you collapse the distance between you and your dream. You become the energy of it before it arrives. That is the secret. Most people live their lives waiting for proof. They say, show me the money, then I'll feel abundant. Show me the partner, then I'll feel love. Show me the healing, then I'll feel whole. But that's not how creation works. Creation starts from within. You don't feel wealthy because you have money. You attract money because you feel wealthy. You don't feel loved because someone arrives. Someone arrives because you've become the vibration of love itself. You don't feel powerful because of success. You attract success because you feel powerful, even when everything around you says otherwise. This is the secret that turns ordinary people into extraordinary beings. The ones who changed the world, they didn't wait. They didn't need proof. They became proof. They embodied their vision when no one believed it. They rehearsed the future in the face of a reality that looked nothing like their dream. And eventually, the external world rearranged itself to match their internal certainty. You must become so familiar with your future self that it feels more real than the life you're currently living. And here's the truth most people miss. Your current reality is just the echo of who you used to be. It's a delayed mirror reflecting old thoughts, old patterns, old beliefs. So if you don't like what you see, stop trying to fix the mirror. Change the source. Change you. Because every time you sit in meditation and enter the quantum field, you are stepping into the operating room of your life. You are editing the signal you send out. You are choosing a new personality, one that automatically creates a new personal reality. But this requires consistency. It requires intention. It requires discipline of the highest kind, not of the body, but of the mind. You must become conscious of your unconscious self. You must witness the programs as they rise, the doubt, the fear, the shame, the need to control. You must observe them with compassion, not judgment. You must remind yourself, that is who I was, not who I am becoming. And then you must choose differently. Not once, but over and over again until the new becomes the default. This is how you cross the river of change. And yes, that river is turbulent. The waters will test you. Your body will crave the familiar. Your mind will protest. It will scream, "This isn't safe." But that's only because you've trained yourself to equate predictability with security, even if that predictability is suffering. Your nervous system has memorized anxiety, memorized stress, memorized survival. So the moment you begin to feel peace, it feels foreign. The moment you feel worthy, your mind asks, "Who do you think you are?" And that is your cue to keep going. You are reconditioning your entire system to a new set point. You are teaching your body that joy is safe, that love is familiar, that receiving is natural, that the unknown is not dangerous, it's divine. You are not becoming someone new. You are returning to who you truly were before the programming began. This is the work. This is the path. And yes, it requires more than just thinking positive thoughts. This is not about slapping affirmations over wounds you refuse to feel. This is about diving deep into the subconscious, into the body where trauma hides, where emotion lingers, and lighting a fire of awareness that burns through every limitation. It's about healing. It's about choosing. It's about remembering that you are not your fear, not your failures, not your past. You are pure potential. You are infinite awareness. You are the intelligence that gives life to every cell, every heartbeat, every breath. So take a breath now. Feel the power moving through you, not from the outside in, but from the inside out. That is the power that creates worlds. That is the power that heals, that transforms, that attracts, and it's always been yours. You've just been too busy surviving to remember. But now you remember. Now you wake up from the dream of separation, from the illusion of powerlessness. You remember that you are not the actor in the play. You are the playwright. You're not stuck in the movie. You are the projector. And when you change the reel, the story must change. This is why meditation is not optional. It's not a ritual for the spiritual elite. It's the space where you go to install your future self. It's the rehearsal hall for your destiny. It's where you go to practice being someone else, someone beyond the story, beyond the past, beyond the pain. And each time you go there and feel the elevated emotions of your future before it shows up, you collapse the quantum wave into a particle. You pull possibility into form. You become a magnet for the miraculous. Your brain doesn't care whether what you're experiencing is real or imagined. When you imagine it vividly with emotional intensity, your body begins to experience it now. Your cells shift, your hormones shift, your electromagnetic field expands. You begin to walk through life different. You begin to attract different people, different opportunities, different outcomes. And people around you will say, "What changed?" You'll smile because you'll know the truth. You changed. Your state changed. Your frequency changed. And your reality had no choice but to follow. You're not waiting anymore. You're not hoping anymore. You're not outsourcing your power to the economy, to your bank account, to your partner, to the past. You've stepped into the field. You've stepped into coherence. And in coherence, all things become possible. So now ask yourself, who am I becoming? Not who was I, not who do they think I am, but who am I becoming? If I were already abundant, how would I walk? If I were already whole, how would I breathe? If I were already in love with life, how would I speak, act, think, feel? You must rehearse it. You must become familiar with the feeling of your future. And not just once, not just when it's convenient, but every day, until it becomes who you are. Because when it becomes who you are, the world will bend itself to match your new frequency. You see, the world doesn't respond to what you want, it responds to what you believe you are. You don't manifest what you wish for, you manifest what you are in alignment with. Not occasionally, not when you feel good, but in every moment, with every thought, every emotion, every breath. The future you seek isn't coming, it's already here. But your perception must tune itself to that reality. Your inner world must become the antenna that picks up the signal of that next level life. And that signal is coherence. It is when your heart and your brain are no longer in conflict, when your thoughts and feelings are no longer at war. This is where transformation lives, in the quiet center of your being where you no longer identify with the noise of the mind. In that space, you are no longer reacting to your environment, you are broadcasting from the future. And the more consistent you become in that signal, the more inevitable your evolution becomes. And yes, you will be tested. There will be days when the old emotions rise like waves, trying to convince you to go back to who you used to be. The body will crave the known. Your habits will whisper just this once. Your past will try to seduce you back into familiarity. That's when you must choose again, over and over and over, until choosing the future becomes second nature. This is not about perfection, it's about repetition. The brain learns through repetition. The body trusts through consistency. Every time you choose the elevated state over the reactive one, you are sculpting your future. Every time you sit in stillness and reprogram your inner world, you are collapsing timelines. Every time you say no to the old self, you are saying yes to destiny. And soon, something beautiful begins to happen. You stop needing external results to feel good. You begin to feel good because you've taken your power back. You no longer chase, you attract. You no longer strive, you align. And from that alignment, action flows. Not from fear, not from lack, but from inspiration. That is when synchronicities flood your path. That is when people, ideas, and resources seem to arrive out of nowhere. That is when the impossible bends to your will, not because you forced it, but because you became it. You walked it. You breathed it. You loved it before it arrived. And when it arrives, it feels like déjà vu, because you've lived it 1,000 times in the quantum field. This is not magic. It's not fantasy. It's biology. It's physics. It's the intersection of intention and surrender, of energy and structure, of faith and frequency. It's the truth that ancient mystics whispered and modern science is finally proving, that you are the creator. You are the cause, not the effect. And now you know too much to go back. You know that your brain isn't hardwired to your past unless you keep wiring it that way. You know your body isn't addicted to old emotions unless you keep feeding them. You know that your circumstances are not holding you back. Your patterns are, and patterns can be broken. You can feel free now. You can feel worthy now. You can feel abundant now. You don't have to wait for a single thing to change outside of you, because the moment you change within, everything begins to reflect that shift. So today, right now, choose. Choose to no longer be the echo of your history. Choose to no longer be a slave to your emotional memorization. Choose to become so obsessed with the future you that your past feels irrelevant. Fall in love with the unknown. Fall in love with who you're becoming. Fall in love with the process, because the process is the portal. Yes, there will be resistance. Yes, your old self will scream. Yes, doubt will knock at the door. But now, you don't open it. Because you know who you are, because you've seen the future, because you felt it in your bones. And that feeling is more real than anything the world could ever throw at you. So rise, stand tall in your new identity, be the example of change. Walk into rooms and shift the frequency. Speak like your words are spells, because they are. Move like your steps create ripple effects, because they do. Feel like every emotion is a signature on the contract of your reality, because it is. You are not here to live on repeat. You are here to evolve. You are here to awaken. You are here to remember. You are not a product of your environment. You are the environment. You are not the effect of matter. You are the field. You are not hoping for a miracle. You are the miracle. So take this truth and wear it like a second skin. Let it guide your choices, shape your thoughts, anchor your emotions. Because the new you isn't a goal. It's a decision. And that decision is already made. From this moment forward, you live from the end. From this moment forward, you wake up every day already there. From this moment forward, you don't hope, you don't need, you don't beg. You know, and the universe responds to that kind of knowing with a loud, resounding yes. And now you know, not just intellectually, but cellularly. Your body heard it, your soul recognized it, your future felt it. You are not the echo of your past. You are the sound of what's becoming. So take this moment and carry it into your next breath, not as motivation, but as identity, not as inspiration, but as embodiment. Because the greatest shift you'll ever make is the one where you stop waiting for life to happen and start happening to life. You were never meant to chase the dream. You were meant to become the dream. And now that you have, there's only one thing left to do. Live it, breathe it, be it. And as always, thank you for walking this path with us. Until next time, remember who you are, and never again forget your power.